This floating shelf cost less than $5 to build and took probably about 30 minutes total. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can create some of these and install them in your home too. Let's get started. I started out by measuring out and marking the lengths of the shelves that I wanted on an 8-foot 2x10. You could also use a 2x8 if you want something a little bit thinner. And in all my videos, I like to include some scripture. I hope that you guys enjoy this verse. Next, I used a hardwood dowel and I cut it into approximately 4-inch long pieces, and these are going to be used to hold the floating shelves together. So I cut these into 3 pieces for the smaller shelf and then 4 or 5 pieces for the longer shelves. Next, I grabbed my boards and I marked out the center points. These are going to be the areas where I drill, and then these will later serve as the points that the dowels will connect the front and back piece, which you'll see a little bit more what that looks like later. And here I just used some blue painter's tape to mark out the depth of the cut that I need to make with the drill. I tried to use a drill block to make this a little bit more precise, but honestly it was not very effective. I think in hindsight, had I just used a square, it would have been a little bit easier. But really your objective here is to make sure that you're drilling as vertically as possible and not going in at an angle. Honestly, freehanding it, my holes were a little bit less than perfect, but they still ended up turning out just fine in the end, so it was no big deal. For this project, I used a 2x10, but we decided we wanted something just a little bit thinner, so I ripped off one side of the board to make it just a little bit smaller. This also gave me a nice flat edge to work with. Then once I cut those all to the same width, I then ripped off approximately 1 inch on one side of each of the boards. Now you can see all 3 shelves have 2 different pieces with the holes matched up on both of those different pieces. And this is what we're going to fit together with the dowels. On the dowels, I then marked out the thickness of the smaller piece that's going to later attach to the wall. And then I used a little trick where I just put this in the drill and then I held it against some sandpaper to just sand off that side that needs to slide into the longer part. And the purpose of this is really just to make sure that that front piece is going to slide on nice and easily when we're getting these mounted up on the wall. I continued this process with the rest of the dowels and then tested them to make sure that they were going to slide on nicely. Some of my pieces required a few extra taps from a wooden mallet, but this is what it should end up looking like when you're finished. And here you can see what it's actually going to look like when it all fits together. So the objective here is that the smaller part will be mounted to the wall and then the larger part is going to slide on the front. Next, I grabbed my router and just put a round over bit on there and gave it some nice, smooth, consistent fronts and sides to take away some of those sharp edges. And if you don't have a router, no worries. You can just grab a sander and you can accomplish the same goal. It'll just take a little bit more time and effort. Next, I used my sander just to take off some of those rough parts on the front and back and prepare this for applying some finish. I cut out a lot of the footage of this because it's pretty boring and repetitive, but I recommend working through several different grits just to make sure you're getting a really good surface to prepare for your finish. For this project, I used Waco Danish oil. I really like the way that this finish looks. It's come out really good on every project that I've used it, and it's very easy to apply. One note in case you do end up using this, or any other type of Danish oil is these rags can combust if you crumple them up and store them in a tight space. So make sure to let them air out, dry out before you throw them in the trash. Now that the finish is applied on the shelves, it was time to go inside and start marking out the studs on the wall. And I used a little magnetic stud finder here as well as the electric stud finder to identify where the stud locations were. And then I used some painter's tape to help figure out where the shelves were going to be placed on there. I marked the stud locations on the pieces that are going to be mounted to the wall, and then I used a countersink bit to drill some holes in those locations to make sure that the boards can sit nice and flush. And here you can see I'm just using some wood screws to secure through those countersunk holes right into the studs. After the back piece was mounted, it was time to get the front piece prepped and then just use some force and push it onto the wall. And you can see here it did take a few taps, but I was able to get it on pretty easily. My son was excited to get involved, so I cut out some of the footage, but the process is pretty much the same for the other shelves. I just used a level to make sure that they were nice and even on the wall, and then secured the back pieces to the wall before sliding the front part on. And here you can see this is what the wall looked like before. And then here is the wall with the shelves. And this made a huge difference in our space. The shelves look really, really clean, and I'm really pleased with how they turned out. And best of all, they only cost about $15 total in materials. You can pick up a 2x10 for anywhere between $9 to $11 in today's prices. And then you can get those dowel rods for probably about $5. There are definitely some tool costs involved. I did have some tools already in my shop, so that is a caveat. But I think that you will find that this is a really, really easy beginner project, and you can do this without some of the tools that I have too. So I definitely encourage you to tackle this yourself, and I hope that you guys enjoy this project. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.